Good morning. Welcome to the first ever show of DKU Student Broadcasting, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Michelle Tom, and today we're going to start the news with updates you'll need to know about DKU's Phase 2 expansion. Phase 2 expansion of Duke and Chen University has been just completed. What are the highlights?
You'll definitely want to check out the new and improved library. From the outside, the library looks like two books lying on top of each other. This library contains over 283,000 books, well organized into reading sections.
There are also meeting areas and classrooms, so no more fighting over study rooms this semester.
Part of a student organization, you'll want to check out the 320-person capacity theater, soundproof practice rooms, recording studio, and breakout learning areas in the center. If you're into research, you're in luck. The Wuhan University Duke Research Institute is a massive addition to campus. The institute provides a research and collaboration platform for faculty and students from Wuhan University, Duke, and DKU.
The sports teams are also in luck.
There is a basketball court, running track, squash court, and 8-lane 25-meter swimming pool. The pool neighbors a water therapy pool and sauna. In addition, there are a bunch of new dining options available. The community center offers 3 new floors worth of dining space with a halal dining facility and a new family mart. It also guarantees a wider variety of food options.
A larger campus means a more improved campus life. I can't wait to see how this year goes. And while you're exploring all that the new campus has to offer, I'll see you around. And now to Chandler on DKU's first Rhodes Scholars post-college life.
Thanks, Michelle. Igikhan Duman is DKU's first ever Rhodes Scholar and the first ever Rhodes Scholar from his home country of Turkey. We caught up with him this summer to talk about his life post-DKU and life as a Rhodes Scholar. Ken Duman said the Rhodes Scholarship has brought many unexpected changes for his life.
Within this 1 year, I can say I got more support than I have my entire life combined. And I don't say this just like financially, I mean this like socially, mentally, psychologically, people are very willing to provide support for you.
One way Ken Duman claimed the Rhodes Scholarship has helped him is by allowing him to explore a new path in life, rather than being locked into one by going into medical school. The opportunities, such as writing a poetry book, he said came from bonds with his fellow Rhodes Scholars rather than the Rhodes Scholar honor itself. He says regardless of whether you're a Rhodes Scholar or not, skills and connections are the biggest factor in creating opportunities post-graduation and played a much bigger factor in his own success. Ken Duman has some major advice for current DKU students. He says that it's important to explore widely in the things that interest you. This may include applying for a prestigious scholarship like the Rhodes, which Ken Duman said greatly improved his interviewing skills. Furthermore, these opportunities, he emphasizes, will help you figure out a path in life.
Because at some point you have a better idea of what you want to do. Like at DKU, I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. But because now I'm interested in very specific things, I don't want to allocate my time into things that I'm not really interested in.
Ken Duman says that while those interested in engineering, law, and medicine tend to find their paths much easier, the rest will find it later on due to an adventurous and exploratory spirit. Ken Duman says students also don't have to be specific. In the 21st century, one can have multiple interests and jobs. Perhaps what was most surprising was Ken Duman's admission that he doesn't believe in the concept of work-life balance. He says that since he aggressively explores his interests, he perceives it as life and passions. Adding to that, he heavily encouraged students to use their time in the classroom in the way most interesting to them.
I think academia is not only like classes and assignments and spending time and doing homework and so on. I think it is more about like the resources you can get, and different people learn differently.
Now to you, Echo.
Thanks, Chandler. When you arrive at DKU and in China, it's hard not to notice all the stray cats and sometimes even abandoned kittens.
But what should you know about these strays? And how can you help them out? Alexandra Striska is a DKU junior who works closely with animal rescue organizations in Suzhou. And she has a lot of insight. First and foremost, Striska encourages DKU students to educate themselves on the issues. whether that comes from reading articles online to joining WeChat groups, such as Animal Lovers Network, to get information from experts. To go a step further, you can volunteer for local volunteer shelters and fundraise for shelters. Striska says she does this when she skips a cup of coffee. And while adopting might not be something that can be accomplished on campus,
Striska emphasizes to all future pet owners the value of adopting pets over buying them.
So all the people who consider of having a cat or dog, please don't buy them. Don't buy them. There's many animals on the street, in the shelters. Don't buy them. You can have them for free. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars.
Striska said that adopting a stray cat of her own has changed her life for the better.
But what if you come across a stray kitten, as many DKUers have? The best option, Striska says, is to assess the situation.
Approach the kitten slowly and cautiously. Then observe the kitten's condition and behavior to see if it is injured or distressed. If it is on a busy road, make sure to move it to a safer location. Then observe from a distance. A mother cat may be nearby looking for food. But if for a couple of days cat is in the same location, consider taking action. Bring food and water for the cat, but cat food only, as human food will not work. Then take it to the vet and get suggestions for shelters.
When reflecting on her journey with animal rescue organizations, Striska says that rescuing animals is something that chooses you, and to always approach such situations with kindness and the mindset of paying it forward. Now to you, Kami.
Thanks for the great story, Echo. For the next story, we have the insightful research of Professor Ding Ma. Professor Ma is using social media to research the social dimensions of climate change, a SRS-funded project. He says that while progress has been made in the research of the physical basis of climate change, less has been done to evaluate its social consequences. This is what his research aims to shed light on.
We have made a lot of progress on the natural aspects, but there is a huge gap between the natural aspects and the social dimensions, which calls for a bridge, right?
Professor Ma says that his young daughter and concern for her future inspired him to research the social dimensions of climate change. Professor Ma says that solving climate change is a complex and increasingly urgent issue that will require people from diverse disciplinary backgrounds, but at the core share a passion for positive social change. He says that passion is the most important attribute a person can contribute to this issue, and that it is the top quality that he looks for in research assistants. He also emphasizes that experience is not as important as passion to learn and work hard. He emphasizes that young people use social media as an avenue for change, invest in understanding its changing landscape, and that it is perhaps the most powerful solution to a problem of such large scale and increasing urgency.
I always encourage them to take the wheels, like driving. I encourage them to take the wheels, to think about the projects they want to explore. And for me, I'll just call the shotgun. I'll sit in the passenger seat and guide them.
Well, that does it for DKU Student Broadcasting's first ever episode. Make sure to join us next month for the latest campus news. Bye!